right, well, I made a purchase yesterday that I'm pretty excited about. My first machine is this Takeuchi TB016, and this machine has been so awesome to me. I haven't had any issues at all. I built a thumb for it. That bucket came with it, not quick attached, and then I have two more over here. A 30-inch bucket that I built and an 18-inch bucket that I built. I love that machine. It's been great. I dig with it inside in people's backyards, no issue at all. Well, on Facebook Marketplace there was a TB135 for sale, and he wanted a pretty reasonable price for it, and I drove an hour and I picked it up because this thing is a lot better condition than I thought. The machine came with a 24-inch quick detach tag bucket, or yeah, tag, and then it has, so the quick detach, you unclip this part, slide that pin down and curl out of the bucket. So I have to either make, I'm going to make a 12-inch one, I believe. That would be super simple. And then I need, I guess rule of thumb is to make the grading bucket the same width as your front dozer blade, but I don't know if a 5-foot, I think it's 5 foot or something like that, bucket will work. I'm just gonna probably make a 4-foot, or find a 4-foot flat blade bucket for smoothing out and whatnot. All the pistons are great. The little seals haven't came off. I don't know if the lights work yet. I just woke up and tried it out this morning. It has auxiliary hydraulic lines just like my TB016, and it does not have a claw or a thumb, but it's definitely begging for one, because this is, I can weld, there's a lot of meat here to weld a nice long cylinder. And I'm going to, since I already have the quick attach bucket, I'm going to mount the claw, the thumb, keep calling it a claw, onto this pin so that the geometry of it is always the same. I didn't do it on this because it's not quick detach, and I didn't feel like fighting trying to put the pin in with the bucket and the thumb at the same time. So that it'll definitely, I'm going to make one, and it'll be a lot bigger and stronger. Yeah, all the cylinders are good. There's nothing running. He greased everything really well. This pin here and this pin here, or this pin here, one of these two have a good bit of slop, which is fine. It's got pretty high hours on the machine itself, but everything over here, nothing's cracked. The only thing is that this cylinder looks like it's been re-welded about 15 passes, so I'm not too worried about that. This cylinder looks good. It's not bent or nothing. The arms look good. This whole thing looks indestructible, so I'm not worried about that. That looks really nice. The tracks are about half life. He just replaced the two front idlers. I put it on the lowest idle, and I ran it, and the finals have plenty of power even at low RPM, so I'm happy about that. A lot more power than my TB016. The reason why I picked an open canopy, because I don't care about being hot or cold, and I can fit inside buildings if I have to, because this will fit still through a commercial size door, double glass door. So I just like my TB016, you can unbolt these four back here, and that thing pops right off, no problem. And most importantly of all, if you open up the dented back door, I'm missing a shock over there to hold the door up, and that shock's probably blown anyway. So this is a fully rebuilt motor, probably less than 100 hours the guy figures on it. It's a 2006 TB135. You can see that, fully rebuilt, and the hydraulic pump is recently changed in the last couple of years, and it's been fully serviced, all the fluids and everything, and this thing runs like a top. It's really, really nice. It runs so smooth. So I am seriously excited to try this. Today is Thursday, and I already have a job lined up for it for Saturday. I got some big roots and some big boulders to rip out of some guy's yard, and I got a free fire extinguisher with it that could possibly work. So I need to get a couple more keys from Amazon. This side of the track looks good. The whole undercarriage looks really nice. There's nothing cracked. This can load a dump truck, and it can dig down 11.25 feet or something like that. But with this 20, I was throwing some dirt around with this 2-foot bucket, and man, it pulls it and slings it like it's nothing. So I'm happy to have that. I'm just going to pick up a couple more buckets, or make them, depending, or a little bit of both. So yeah, this thing's awesome. So you figure this is a 3,500 pound machine, and this is a 7,000 roughly, and the size difference is just ridiculous. So I can't imagine. This is a lot bigger in person than I actually saw it on the internet and it looked like. So I can't imagine owning like a TB290. I haven't even gotten to them in person yet, so I'm really excited. So I'm gonna put some LEDs on this, just like the 016. I'm gonna get 2 new seats, I think. I just want a fleet of Takeuchis, and then Takeuchi skid steers. I want gonna start out with a small skid steer Takeuchi, and then work my way up, just like the mini excavators. So I looked up, these tracks here were about $400 a piece. They're smaller, as you can tell. These tracks here are about $1,200 shipped a piece. So I'm hoping to get a couple jobs, maybe a year or 2 out of these tracks, which, I mean, you still got a good ½ inch of track, as long as the ribs don't start splitting, which doesn't look like it. And if you flip this up, it's a little mini compartment here, which is nice. The TB16 has a little compartment here, and then there I keep a couple chains in there and whatnot, and I usually keep some protection in there, depending on where I go. This one has a flip up, and you have the fuel tank here, the battery, and then you can store a couple odds and ends. I have like a couple filters and probably put a couple tools in here, just some, yeah, screwdriver and adjustable and whatnot. But the seat on the 135 is really comfortable, even with it being ripped up as much as it is. The TB16 is pretty basic. There's no like floating feature or springs or nothing, but this one has it's like a Mack truck seat. I've never sat in this one before, so it seems to be really nice. I'm going to do a little comparison test just for fun. The TB016 can reach probably 10 foot up, 11 foot, and then look at I didn't want to hit my wire, which I think is 18 feet in the air almost, and look at that, it's right in line with my wire. So that's pretty wild how high these things can reach. I think it can load a dump truck I think it can load like 12.5 foot in the air. So now I'm going to do a reach out test. All right, so the 16, I think the TB16 reaches about 12 feet across, and then you get another probably 4 or 5 feet almost with the TB135. This can dig 7.5 feet straight down, and then the 135 can reach 11.25 feet down. It says 11.2 or something online. So it is definitely having that whole reach 360 is going to be so nice. And I only say this because I know there's bigger machines, but this is the biggest I own, so I'm pretty excited about it. There's always bigger. And the TB135 has a really cool feature with idle. There's a button here on the joystick, and if you hit the button, it kicks out of idle and revs up to whatever you set the throttle at. And then if you come back and hit the button again, if you're going to jump out, you just hit the button. You don't have to touch your throttle lever. So that's really cool. I like that feature a lot. So yep, next is some LEDs. There's an LED on this back side of this boom, so I'm going to mount a couple. I'm going to mount a couple in the top, I think just like this one, and this thing's going to be lit up, and I have to add some to my trailer because that thing is dark at night. So all right, thank you for watching. The future videos will be with the TB135, and then I'm going to sprinkle on smaller jobs the 16. I won't forget about that one.